Well, howdy, 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 everybody. This is a special edition. The bark box came in. There's Mama coming. Here's Nixie. I don't know. Charlie's drinking. I can hear him. Hi, Mama. How's my pretty girl? There's Brad Legs. Charlie. Oh, boy. Here he comes. Hear him come. Charlie. Look. Charlie, the bark box is here. Oh, boy. He's so excited, honey.
Did you tell them about the bone we got from?
No, I will. Well, they saw it. Okay, Charlie. Oh boy, calm down a minute, Charlie. Make your masterpiece, Charlie. Are you ready for that? Okay, he doesn't care. He just wants his toy, which is, let me show the people. And cut the tag off here. Okay, it is a squirrel, I think. Oh boy, look. Oh, okay, he's taking his toy. And it is a blue acrylic tube of paint with a rope. So. Not sure how you do that one. Oh, it must be the one that you... I don't know what you do with it. Oh, but Charlie sees it. Charlie, look. Charlie, here's another one. There's another one. Are you taking it? Okay. And we got the treat, which the ladies are waiting for. Okay, ladies. Let's see what the inside of the box says this month. It always says something funny. Inside the box says scented candles. Oh, cheese, shoes, bacon, squirrel, dried worm, sweat, hydrant, cat, butt, dump site, morning breath. Okay, we got another. Well, we got two of the wolf sticks, which Charlie getting kind of excited about. Then we have a bag of the painter's palette. It's with pork, blueberries, and carrots. All natural, soft, and chewy. Let's see. Usually I save the treats for Missy because the other ducks don't seem to really like them. And they usually are soft. Oh, but these guys are all getting excited to see what it is, aren't you, Nick? Oh boy. Oh boy, everybody's excited. Okay, let me get it open, everybody. Oh. Is everybody ready? You want to try one? Okay, he took it. What about you, Nixie? Are you going to like it? Yep, she took it. And I know the little mama down here is going to take one. So there's that. Charlie didn't eat his. Then the next treat is, and the last thing is, Operation Drool Overload. And it's soft baked with blueberry and peanut butter. Like this. And I bet you the only one that like this is also Mama. Charlie left his over there. He didn't want it. He's just playing with his toys. That's all he cares about. Smells like peanut butter, that's for sure. You want to try this? Yeah? Okay. What about you, Charlie? You want to try one? Nope. But Mama will. But yeah, they're nice and soft, so I'll use them on Mama. So, yep. That's what's in today's bark box. And Charlie's all happy with his toys, which is good. I'll just roll this over into a regular video so I don't have to restart. Today's been a heck of a day, guys. You know, we always know that when things are going well and everything, this too shall pass. And it's just kind of a funny thing that a counselor told me a long time ago. And so we get up. Let me recap for yesterday. Yesterday Brad was off, and we just kind of lounged around after he met the guy for the RV and everything, and didn't really do much. I made a couple hats. I worked on some painting, and I started a 5D. That's what I did. So I made this little toddler hat. So, made that. This is a large adult hat, and I absolutely love how this one turned out. I just think it turned out so beautiful.
They all turned out cool. But
Yeah.
I was so impressed with that one.
So, got those two done. And Brad made tacos, and we just kind of enjoyed the evening. He was watching more episodes of... Gosh. Why can't I? What are you watching, honey? Oh gosh, why can't I remember it? I hate it when it happens. Game of Thrones. Watching more episodes. He's into season 6. And I watched a little bit more of the Bates Motel. I'm rewatching season 4, so I'm familiar with then what will happen with season 5. And then we worked in the creative room a little bit, made it more usable. And I said I wanted to buy that cubicle. It's like $67. I'm going to wait, and you'll know why here in a minute, but I'm going to wait and then, maybe in the future get it. Or maybe I'll find something that would work really well at the thrift store instead. I mean, because that's just a lot of money to me. But it started raining like crazy last night. I mean, hard all night long. It thundered and lightning so hard and stuff. One time it was pretty close to us. I jumped. Brad jumped. I mean, the 2 big dogs were hiding underneath the beds. Missy, of course, is deaf, mainly deaf, so it doesn't bother her any. I kind of fought sleep again because I was in some pain. And I think I was excited about going to the doctor. And Brad was off and on with the sleep also. But, and like I said, I started a 5D, and I painted and stuff. I'm making some gifts, some thank you stuff, and went to bed and got it this morning, and we had to go to the doctor. Got to the doctor. There can be a little bit of a rant here. This is the very same clinic that we've had trouble with, why we haven't had any medical prescriptions for so long now. That same place, it took us 6 weeks to get a prescription filled that she decided to put Brad on. We decided to give them another chance. We thought, surely by now they will have figured out their office staff, how to refill prescriptions and stuff. Oh no, sisters! No way! Brad gets it. We'd already made arrangements on payment and everything. Brad had already double-checked the insurance. Supposed to have 3 free visits a year. Today was one of them. She argued with Brad. She talked to him so disrespectfully. Mind you, this is through an open window, so everybody in the waiting room can hear your business. What happened to privacy laws for patients? I guess it only comes for your medical shit, not for anything else. And that's where I draw the line. You might talk to me disrespectfully. You talk to my husband disrespectfully, I'm going to come on court. Now, I didn't come on court, ladies and gentlemen. I do know how to protect myself in public, but I sure wanted to. And, I mean, she wouldn't listen to anything we said. Of course, then Brad knows how to get to him. Because he said, what did you say about is this a big problem with communication in the office?
Yeah, it seems like there's a communication problem or something like that.
Yeah, he said, very nice. It seems like there's a communication problem within the office. Because she's saying that the lady that we talked to, that we had made all these arrangements with and everything, had no authority to make any arrangements. Well, like Brad said, when you call, you think you're speaking to a representative of that place. You don't know that person had no right to tell you anything or make any arrangements. It should have made sense, because we really liked this other gal. She was super nice. She was super concerned that we hadn't had health care in so long and everything. She probably won't last there very long.
I guess she's been there a long time.
Well,
That's what I was so impressed with her, is that she was so much more concerned about our well-being than about the bill.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's not a huge bill. Part of the bill is their fault, because they didn't ever give us our free office visit, 2 free office visits a year on the other insurance, and then they told us the wrong amount to pay, even though Brad argued with her, and, we got no bill, and then all of a sudden we got like an $800 bill, and it's like, you have to pay this before your next office visit. And it's like, well, wait, we've been paying on it, but she was just incredibly rude. So finally, it's like she'd done talking to us. But when Brad said that, she's like, well, the problem is people in different departments or something.
Yeah.
And it's a small clinic.
She kept going on about how Lisa didn't have the right to.
Yeah. You can even hear her arguing in back with Lisa and other people and stuff. She was being a real cunt. And so I had gotten up by that time, was standing by Brad, because I'm ready to walk. And finally she says, go sit down. And I turned around and I said, please. Because I was really, And so they call us back, and I should have known something was strange, because they never call us back, Mr. and Mrs. Heidi. And the doctor, who was actually the PA, had decided she wouldn't see us today, because we hadn't had blood work done in 10 months. And she wanted us to go have blood work done, but they weren't doing blood work, the annual blood work, until April.
Yeah, mid-April.
Mid-April. And all of a sudden we had to go clear up to Tallahassee to have this blood work done. Now, we had never had to go up to Tallahassee to have the blood drawn. They've always drawn it there. Or there was another place, wasn't it, here in Crawfordville we went to have the blood drawn?
No,
they always do it? They always did it. There's supposed to be an urgent care for Christ's sake, And excuse my language, that's just how I speak. If it bothers you, then just plug your ear over those parts. So, and at one point, and I look at him like, so she's not going to see us at all? We have no medications at all, haven't had for months. And Brad even said, and she's got a UTI. No, she needs to have this blood work done. And I said, well, I just had all this blood work done up at the hospital. And you could tell she didn't want to have to tell us this. There was more to the story than this. And I think there was a big old ruckus, and they said they just weren't going to see us today and everything, and which was fine, because it showed me the office staff and the whole facility hasn't changed at all. We're still going to have the same problem getting prescriptions. Why go to a doctor if you can't get prescriptions?
Yeah.
And so, finally, I'm not going to stand there, and I'm not going to put the nurse in this kind of position. You could tell she was uncomfortable and stuff. Wasn't going to take it out on her or anything. I'm like, okay, just, cause she had the paperwork. Just give us the paperwork, and we'll get up there. And, cause she was like, well, maybe you can go today, and maybe we can see you tomorrow. And it's like, blood work takes more than 24 hours, but okay. I mean, I didn't say that to him. Just like, no, because Brad has to work and stuff. So she just gave us the paperwork, and we just walked out, and we both looked at each other and said, we're done. We're done with Wacola Urgent Care here in Crawfordville, Florida. And you should see the reviews. You type that in, and you go on their website, you're going to see nothing but, well, you're going to see a few positive, but you're going to see so many negative comments about their office staff. And because you call in to get and even the pharmacy calls in to get a refill on a prescription, it's ignored. It's ignored. We have sat here for about 4 months, at least, being off of most of our stuff. And so we came home and we called the clinic we used to go to in Panacea, and they were good, except we didn't really care for the doctor there. And so we went to, Brad called and talked to him and got us set up. And they have a new doctor in there that we're going to go see next Monday. And go through all that stuff again. The only thing I didn't like about them, they were very, very pushy about wanting mammograms and pap smears and stuff. But that might have just been that doctor also. So, you know, which I don't have a problem having those done, but can we get the basic health care going first? And I don't even care at this point in time if they want to put me back on the insulin. I would rather be on the Victoza.
Yeah.
And that's what they had put us on there originally.
And see, I checked our insurance on Victoza, and there's a bunch of tests. There's a bunch of stuff they're supposed to try before.
Yeah, and they're supposed to try the metformin before. I know that.
Yeah.
I cannot take that. So, I mean, if that's a problem, just put me on the insulin. I have all the needles and stuff, so, you know, we'll get you on whatever you need to be on.
Yep.
The insulin isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's what happened with that. It was very disappointing. And I'm looking at this paint tube. And anyway, so then we had last night Brad looking for the title on the RV. He found it. We realized at that point in time we'd never had the title transferred over into our name. We had the bill of sale and everything else. But what happened was we got the RV, and within less than a month we were traveling down the road to here to Florida. And it was an oversight. It was a crazy time. We were both very depressed, not thinking real clearly too. And so we're like, crap. Now, Brad found the title, and then this morning I'm looking and I found the bill of sale and all that. But the problem is, got to be transferred over. We have to pay the sales tax. Well, the sales tax is going to be $500. So, you know, which we only sold the RV for $1,000. We cut these people a big break. So Brad called the guy to see what he wants to do, because you know it'll have to wait till the first of the month for us to pay the $500, unless he wants to, you know, go with you and you know, do that, and then you know we'll end up with $500, and that's okay. You know, that's all right. It's just, it is what it is. It's not been a really craptastic day. Nobody dying. Nobody super sick. It's just not gone the way we wanted. But I'm not surprised, because, like I said, when everything's going smoothly, this too shall pass. But it's not anything we can't overcome. You know, it's just life. It's just life. So yeah, and I think I'm probably gonna wait. Brad and I hadn't really talked about it, but I'm probably going to wait for a while on the phone. You know, you could probably type in different hacks on how to get your phone to work again.
I would like us to go ahead and do it.
Well, okay. Well, and we'll talk about it. I mean, because that's $120 worth of tax or whatever we have to pay. Yeah. You know, on the phone. I just don't want to spend too much.
No, I understand.
You know, all this stuff stresses me out.
I know it does.
Still stresses me out. I know he said not to worry, but you know, you don't want to have too much outgoing for what's incoming. You know, and that's so easy to do these days. But yeah, it's a really sad state, you guys, that most. And I'm not cutting down doctors, not cutting down anybody in the medical field, but it's like corporate medical corporate, really, and where it's become all they care about is the money, not patient care. Now, we've been seen by these guys before, not had blood work done first, you know. So I don't know what was the issue, you know.
I think it was a power struggle.
I think it was a big power struggle, and the thing was, well, let's just not see him today, and let's just wait. I think Amanda was throwing such a big-ass fit that they're like, okay, let's get him out the door, and Amanda will simmer the hell down, and it's like, well, Amanda and I can have a talk anytime, girlfriend. You know, you'd be glad that Brad doesn't work at Dollar General because you always liked how nice he treated you and stuff. But you treat people that way, you could take a page from the book of Brad on how to treat people. But karma's a bitch, and, you know, it'll come around to bite her in the ass, you know. Someday she'll be that patient who's trying to get health care that can't get, you know, because it's really sad in this day and age that unless you have your copay up front and you have a fistful of cash, you may not get seen. It doesn't matter if you have insurance or not, you know. And, I mean, these people are getting most of their money from the insurance companies. So, but, yeah, they just don't care. It was a disappointment. I thought, you know, last night was the last night of the very painful feet that keep me up for hours, and Brad's been in a lot of pain and stuff, but it just isn't not meant to be. So, but we'll get over it.
Yeah.
We'll get over it.
Yep.
Yep. Yep, we'll get over it. So.
Oh, yeah.
Figure out what is what.
You know, but, and that's the sad part. I mean, well, what I was going to say is at least we've got insurance, but, you know, there seems to be a lot more programs for those people who don't have insurance.
Yeah, there are a lot of programs for people that don't, but I've heard, too, they get very substandard health care also, because kind of the deal is if you don't have insurance and you're not, like, with Medicare, Medicaid, you know, any of that what you're getting is basically they treat just the bare minimum and treat you.
Yeah.
You know. So, I mean, it's sad. We got to do something with healthcare in this country. We really do. We really, really do. Do something with healthcare. Yeah. But, yeah. That's all we really got going on. Right, hon?
Yeah.
I think Brad was kind of like, oh crap, because, you know, she knows I'm going to come on court. You talk to my husband disrespectfully in a condescending manner, and I'm going to let you have it. Well, that's just not right.
No, it isn't. And it's the same thing. Somebody treated you like that. I would have words.
I just hate it because, you know, like now I will forever probably never go to an emergency room voluntarily again. Because, you know, there's been points in the past where Brad has had pneumonia, and they wanted to admit him, and he said no. You know, when he had that really bad toe infection, they wanted to admit him, he said no. They didn't say, well, we want to admit you, and if you disagree, we're going to have you sign out AMA. They gave him the choice. What happened to that? Now it's no, they're not going to give you any choice. You know, I go in to have my hernias checked and a UTI, and they think they might spot something else on my liver, so all of a sudden they wouldn't admit me. It's like, that's not what I came in for. You know. So, I'm not even mentioning to my new doctor about any kind of lesion on the liver. I'm not sick with anything. They thought it was either maybe a small lesion or a shadow. I'm not going through all those tests for, you know, and I'll never be put in Capital Regional Medical Hospital or with their doctors again. Yeah. I will, you know, but it's scary out there. I just want to find a doctor I can trust and rely on and stuff instead of all of this crap.
Yeah.
You know, and they all act like going up Tallahassee is no big deal. Well, you know what? It's a half hour up at least, and a half hour back, and a lot of gas, and, you know, like I said, something weird went on there, because they've never sent us up to, and she knew that too, because we're like, where is it at? You know, she's spouting off the address, and we're like, is that in Tallahassee? Well, yeah, it's like.
You know, I just was thinking it's kind of ironic. We moved out of Panacea to Crawfordville to be a little closer to medical care, and now we're going to be going back to Panacea for medical care.
Yeah, but I'm comfortable with that clinic and stuff.
I am too.
You know, and their office staff is nice and everything. So, you know. But anyway, that's all that's gone on today. You know, so it is what it is. I about wanted to pee my pants. So when Brad told me it was going to cost $500 to pay the taxes and stuff, you know, on that RV. Because, yeah, we bought it for, you know, what was it, 6,000? 57 something.
52.
It says 57 on it.
Oh, maybe it's 57.
57 something on it. So, you know, 5,700. So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know. But we, you know, we took out the table and the benches and you know.
Yeah. Well, the front AC doesn't work.
Yeah, the front AC needs to be worked on, the
Yeah.
shower.
Yeah.
You know, numerous other things. So.
Yeah. We took the microwave out of there.
Yeah.
It blew up.
Yeah, it blew up, and then we bought another one.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's all that's going on, and it's life, and we're okay, and you know, nothing horrible happened. Like you wonder if you're going to have a place to live or anything like that. You know, Brad will be working back to 5 days a week now, and not as long of shifts. You know.
And I'm thrilled about that because, you know,
Yeah.
He gave me Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday off. And then when I go in Wednesday, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of orders and everything that need to be placed on Tuesday.
I think something was out. Yeah, so, I mean, what do you work, 10 to 8 or something? I don't remember what you work. We'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he told me. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. I hope everybody had a great day. Remember that I love you guys. No, I didn't get a comment. I will do that here shortly. And I think you guys are amazing. And I do cherish your friendship so much. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.